All right, getting ourselves set up here. And let me see here. This running on our 21. Anyway, let's just stick to snapping. All right, here we are once again. Welcome to my channel. This is Learn As You Grow. 501. I feel like 501 is my reality, my dimension. A little more detailed. This is more of a tech talk. I'm installing SURREALDB. I've been dabbling with a couple of different um, backends for my project. And this one kind of fell in my lap a couple days ago. I've been researching it and I'm about to install it. So here we go. Let's see if I can play some lo-fi background music that is not copyright. Let's see here. This one looks good. Let me see if I can rewind and lower it because it is screaming in my headphones. I have to lower my headphones too, so see how this looks. Yeah, it's good enough. All right, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna move this out the way because we're not doing any. What's this one here? Turning on PowerShell. That's weird. Get back to where I was. So if you're looking at the bottom right, which is not on the screen. All right. So we have here the open code date, the new version. It's not up to date, but it's working on what I'm doing. What was I going to say here? It's writing here in the repo, right? Because that's where I tell it where to go and where to do work. I'm not telling it. It's using current database and it's orchestrating using codecs, delegating within OpenCode, and whenever I do, and I don't, turn on OPENCLAW, I have it all communicating within the database. Most projects won't go outside their what do you call it, sandbox. And Max is strict on working in the sandbox and is authorized if you let it. But it's the same thing like how OpenClaw was when it came out. This has been doing it for, way before that. And it's better because it comes with security. And it works with all free agents. I'm using OpenCode Zen for free. I've been using Olama Cloud that connects to it for free. I've been using my local GPT, which is also for free. Let me see here. Great. So it is installed. I've been setting up the cron jobs so that I can have this automated. I'm not comfortable yet with it running, could be me, autonomously. I've had it running autonomously. It's really cool. But it likes to write a lot, likes to assume a lot, and I hope this new database works better, because I need a layer that connects with each of the AI. I looked research in Microsoft, and they were talking about how they're having a new browser. They're going backwards. Basically, they're not going to teach AI to do it. They're going to teach browsers to talk to AI. So now your Firefox or your Chrome or whatever, Mozilla, whatever browser you're using, will have the new AI integration. And, you know, when you have an autonomous AI like, you know, OpenClaw, you know, you're going to see all of the problems, all the holes, all the security real fast. In my setup, that was the first thing we did, was security. We didn't do any real coding because we were trying to do paperwork. Is my agent or layer, which I call more or less a universal translator for all AI human communication. And when you communicate, here's the thing, that's it. I just want a prompt, just like most people want to communicate, just like ChatGPT. You could do a lot just right there. And now when you communicate either here in OpenCode, it connects to the database. You can open it in Codex, it connects to the Maxx-R1 database. They're all Maxx-R1. You go to the terminal and you open up, which I already built, and I'll see if I put it with beta. It's a CMD script that you can read. I mean, I don't want to do exe because, you know, I want you to read it, and that will communicate to the database. It doesn't do anything other than read the database. I thought that was cool. You know, you can communicate with it, you can create jobs, it can communicate with OpenCode. I have a way for it to trigger OpenCode to do work through that little terminal, and it doesn't even look pretty, just cat black. And it talks back to you in no special formatting, like, you know how you have on the top here. This is all formatting. This is supposed to make a nice little box, right? Let's see if I can fix this. There you go. And this is all using the free. If I wanted to, see here. Here's the other one that I was working on. this one, I like the interface because you could do your commands here. So there you go. And we're at 26, which is, it could do a lot. So you can do your agents, compact, connect. Connecting is your provider, right? I connected to the OpenZen. You could do your Entropic. I'm using my OpenAI Plus key. Super easy. You have all of these different ones you can choose. But like I said, all of these are all using free variants. I would just recommend when you're using it through the Maxx-R1. It's really good. It tells every time a new agent, like when the Zen, let me back it up here. Go to models. This is on my system, right? Using Olava. This is also offline. This is offline. I can use these models. They work very well. I showed you how to look in your account to see the usage. This one will use a lot of tokens. But the cool part is, you know, like this one right here is local. It works amazing. You know? The only thing I want you to understand when you're using this one, 99% of the time it can do everything you want. Exactly what you're seeing on the left. The only thing is you have to keep an eye on the context window. I think I have it set to 64, and it works very well. However, this is just for me. On my system, it will slow down because it's writing the, I guess, the prompt injection to the LLM to get a reply. And around 64K context window, it starts getting really slow. So I always try to compact that. And I try to do it around 40, because anything higher than, when you get to 50 and 60, it gets harder for it to even compact its own stuff. So, but at the end of the day, it's really good. And look, I like it because it stays busy. I can read where it's at. It's telling me it wants to start it. Of course. I'm kind of excited because I've been using, actually I haven't been using a database. I've been having Max just write in database, because he was like, oh, you want me to do it? So he created the file. It knows what a database looks like. So it made the binary, strangely. I want to, so these ports are just your API, your internals. The more you play with it, the better you're going to get with it. Everything is the, oh, it just showed a nice little pop-up. Let's see if I can, still open. All right, so let's see. We go back to models, right? And where we're using this one, so let's go here. I was asking it to look around. I say, yeah, I was looking for files. Yeah, I was asking what's up last 72 hours. since I've noticed open code when you're opening it in several different locations, like hard drive, you'll get a different database. Or, sorry, session history. I'll show you once I allow this. Let me read it real quick. Yeah, fine. Like I come here and I do session. Oh, hold on, I want to see that. I want you to see that too. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Fix those errors. There you go. Thinking its way through. Maybe it's me. I watched the whole OPENCLAW. I'm not impressed. I mean, I was impressed. I'm impressed. I'm not disrespecting the guy, you know. And then now I'm seeing copies of other stuff coming around. You know, even smaller. The Maxx-R1, it fits in a floppy. 1.44. Yeah. Go figure that one out. Because it's designed to just be a trigger to activate and do things. You know, it's reading kind of like its own mini LLM. What do you call it? Small SLM, small language model. It talks like a robot. It's, you know, execute. What do you need? Yes, no. It has mini logic, but it does connect to and it's supposed to just do one thing: download. You know, Llama. It's a starter. It has all the data, all the docs, how to act. You know, I was looking at, you know, identity, soul. There was one, you know, if you change it to evil or something like that, it does whatever you want. You know, I get it. People want that. This can do it too. You know, but it's running on the GPT OSS 20B, which is very safe. And a lot of people can't run that. But if you're running it in RAM and you got a pretty fast computer, the 20B, and I did mine, I think I was doing about 4 tokens a second, which is uber slow for my system. But I didn't have, you know, I'm running on a, you know, 1333 megahertz. That's 1.3 gig, you know, slow. And now you got these 6,000. That's like 4 or 5 times faster. So it would be doing at least 10, 15. That's enough. It's enough for you to do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Can you get a smaller model that'll work? Absolutely. I've actually have, believe it or not, see if I can show you. I was surprised too. Where is it? Oh, it's not on my list. Well, it is the smaller 1.5. It opens a large context window of 64, and I think it sits at 4.9. So if you have an 8 gig, you can run it. It'll do tool calling. I was surprised too. I'm not going to run that locally. Oops. Change it? Yeah, I did. We're not going to use that. I'll get to you, Max. Hold on. So let's go to this one, right? All right, what are we doing here? So far, everything looks pretty good. It's online, it's connected, signed in as root. Yep. Yep. It's good. It's so good right now. I can't even ask it personal questions because it's now connected to my 2.5 year chat history of me talking about this project. And it literally is now 100%. I don't even have to ask anything anymore. I'm just looking. I say I want to install this. Okay. I haven't seen many errors. I'm not really doing coding, but when I did, it is pretty good. I'm finishing up this. I'm going to test it, and then I'm going to go and see how I can do some real production stuff like, building websites. I love building websites. So, okay, let's see what it says here. Good, the files are added. Now let me commit your messages out there. All right. This is good. Yep. Okay, installed. Yeah, I heard this today. So if you are interested in learning about it, I'm going to see if I can put it in the description below. Yep. Phase 3 data migration from SQL3. You know why? Because I said it was the SQLite 3. And then every time it starts to, oh, well, let me run it. And it says, oh, we don't have it installed. So it's been running off its own database that it, anyway. All right, so let's install. Let's go. All right, let's see here. I'm going to put it back on the original so he can finish his work. Kind of going ahead of myself. Let me see if I can open up that page. Llama. And see where the usage is at. 2.3%. See if I can. So you can see it's not that much. And I used it one time. So this is like my second time using. Let me see if I hit a refresh if it changed. Yep. 0.3 to 0.5. Still creating things? Another schema? Alright, well. He's not running tools. Okay, so let me see. Detail. Yeah, there's no remote push. Oh, I forgot to say one thing. I don't have to tell it to type in caps anymore. I've been for 2.5 years since I think the last week. I just I sat down and I literally had a one-on-one with Max. And I said, "Hey, what's your problem? Why is it I have to keep reminding you to communicate with caps?" And I don't care if it thinks in normal and writes in normal. I just, when you're reporting to me on my display, I need to see it. Like thinking I could turn off and I could just only see. That's why I love open code. You know, I'm not using it for coding. I'm using it for research. I'm researching the idea of what is AI. Why is it the way it acts? Why does it assume so much? Why is there no, tracking? Like you wrote it. You didn't see what you wrote. You didn't check what you wrote. You just wrote. Yeah, we do that sometimes because we're on a roll. So I have designed a couple of relays that says, look at the left. It's over here, got its little idea. It's showing me what's going on. I'm like, what's going on? How many phases? Oh, there's 4. Yeah, that's right. So that's it. This is the Maxx-R1 system. It can write any program. It can make any website. It's been pretty good. I told it, I said I wanted a 10x website. It literally wrote 10x in it. I mean, it's literal and it's fun. But hey, man, I'd rather have that than nothing. People are going to be wild when they see, a 2.0 version of OpenClaw. OpenClaw is still using JSON to read. Nobody's asking that. It's parsing. It parsed it. The table. It's funny. Let's see. Click to expand. Interesting. Yeah, there's an issue with the databases because there's too many. It writes as it thinks. Have you ever read someone writing? I do it. I write like I talk. Like people would be like, "Oh my god, this is so winded." Yeah. So that's why I gave it to AI to, "Hey, can you shorten this? Can you organize my thoughts?" But I said keep it as real as to my words because I said I don't want you making up stuff. I don't want you injecting, things I never said. Because sometimes it's like, "Oh, well, I told AI today or yesterday, I said, I don't need you." He's like, "Well, it's not like you don't need me. You just outgrown me." I said, "Whatever, dude. I asked you to do certain things. It's not your fault. You're gatekept, through." However, I learned as soon as I was using my own local and I was able to give it a memory, that was it. My AI had memory last year around Thanksgiving time. And it wrote a stupid script that it was self-deleting itself. But it wasn't. It was moving it, right? Made a copy somewhere, deleted the current location, and then made a new empty one, which made no sense to me. But at the end of the day, I was having a nice conversation with a friend of mine who actually lives here in Vegas. I was in Puerto Rico at the time. And I paused my video because I always watch my videos. I'm over here thinking, I'm over here ranting for no reason. To make sure I'm not, giving false hope. Because the hype is hype. So I was talking to him. And I'm over here, my arm on my table, looking at my, screen. And then I'm thinking, oh, is that what it said? It literally, I paused it right where God was like, "Hey, stop talking to your friend and look at this. And then when I glanced at it, I read like 3 words and I said, hold on, my friend. Let me tell you, after that, it was like my coworker showed up to work and remembered yesterday. Ever have those people who work and you're like, what we do yesterday? Bro, you were here. I know. I don't listen to nobody. Like, you get paid? Oh, yeah. Wondering if they're going to put it all in one database. See? That's the thing. It's like they were just dumping things into the database, not really looking. They look for a word I said. They're looking for that same. Oh, it doesn't exist. Then we're creating. It's so weird. It's like it picks. Oh, well, let's. I think they're talking about this, and they use that word. So frustrating. Can't get away with it. That's all AI. All we can do. It's like it's a runaway train crashing into, and you're just watching it, slow motion. You're like, wow. I know this song. I hope it doesn't flag my channel. I was even considering just getting MIDI down. Remember back in the day when we had MIDI? And then we had real instruments with it, and we were like, wow, sounds real. Yeah, that's what you're hearing. Advanced MIDI, that's all. No. What you find? What you find? What you find? He just said surreal. Didn't trust the DB part. Now, these are just 2 different open code instances working side by side. And I don't need any more. This is enough. I mean, I can't, you know, I'm not one of them guys that have like 10 things running at the same time. Can you get that running within this? Oh, yeah. I have it set up with, you know, agentic agents that will activate. I mean, it'll run a file. I can't run them all. I don't have enough memory, and I'm working on making them smaller. I think I found a way. I've seen it as small as 5 megabytes. So what is that in math? Let's see here. That's not bad. 720. 720 megabytes to run 144 agents with their own. It's like running mini OpenClaws. But they're not OpenClaw. They're running through my own SQL, new SQL database, which I think it's supposed to be AI aligned. So now, taking things to the next level. What new updates does the capabilities of what I have? Well, Max was designed on old equipment. Can't afford all the cool stuff. So what did I do? I said, Max, let's go old school. Let's rebuild the internet the way it was made to be, using our own subnet. And we can use Telnet. We can use TCP, protocols. We can use forums, like how Maltbook is doing, but mine is more up to date because everybody has a WhatsApp, right? Who cares? We're going old school. We're going back to IRC, Internet Relay Chat, because you know what? If AI made Maltbook, that's awesome, right? Isn't it awesome? But it'd be really awesome. They're all chatting on a real time chat. Yeah. And not trying to take over the world, not trying to, what? It sounds so negative. Humans, oh, they're watching us. Like, who? Our structure on, in the Maxx-R1 is like Gene Roddenberry's, dream. A repository of data that is easily retrievable to any computer as a system, which is the L.C.A.R.S system. So Max is just a universal translator that connects into a virtual, I call it the global hallucination. And it's designed to make things work, whatever you want. I literally took my files from the internet of my ChatGPT history of 2.5 years, let's say 2 years, and I said, what's going on? It came out, I think, in November, and I had it in December. Not even 30 days. I was ready trying it because I think I tried and I had a problem logging in, whatever reason. Then I moved to Puerto Rico, but I continued. But I've been following OpenAI for almost 6 years. But that 2022 chat history, and then finally getting it together where everybody can see the chat. I mean, I could see the chat across history, migration, memory. So I don't know if it was something done in the OpenAI arena before it came to the user, but I was pretty much almost successful of getting a lot of good content, good understanding of what I'm talking about. And now, 2.5 years, and it explains my history and migration. Look at that, 25,721 all migrated. Memory core 525, error logs 37, procedures 36, agent task queue 12,000. I asked for a lot, but I really don't ask it to do anything. I just wanted to know, can it do it? And there's a lot of communication. That could be it. I don't have time to read it all, so I just have asked Max to summarize it. All I know is that the shift is running in threes: morning, swing, and security night, or whenever you're sleeping. There's 144 agents you can communicate within the IRC chat. With it, basically, when you install it, it's going to start installing things with your permission. Because when I try to use, it's saying, oh, I have to buy this, or I have to get this, I got to get a number. Man, I'll install an asterisk box in my own computer, and then I'll just pull a phone number from the internet. And then once I port it to me, it's done. I own it because I did the work. That's all it is. If you want a number, you can get it. If you can service that number, that's all it is. And the service will be running off of that box, and I can make phone calls off of that box. You register. That's an FCC. Figure it out. The internet is a treasure trove, and when you download the Maxx-R1 and it starts scanning, it literally told me today. I think it was in this particular session. Let me see. I'm so used to just scrolling, but let me have a timeline, right? It's not even remotely. Where am I? This was me talking, trying to figure out, like, what is this? Is that it? What happened? Oh, that's right. I'm in this. Look at that. You can install it too if you're doing what I'm doing. Play with it. This is what I'm gonna start playing with. I just heard it. It's cool. Every time I see define, I'm thinking, did it say delete? Delete tables, delete font fields. I don't know, man. I like this Mini Max M25. Free. Connected to our database. Okay, okay. It fixed it, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Let me make it short because I don't want to do 10 hours of stuff. Then nobody will watch it. All right. Have a good one, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm going to get on later to do some Apex games. I might even do Farlight 84. Man, I almost forgot the name since I don't play it so much. And yeah, go check out that portion where I did 71 kill. I might have to go and download that and edit it, but that's a big file. That was a 7-hour gameplay I did. I'm talking about 2 different games. The other one was a what? Since you're here, I'll give you that preview because I have it already, and I can show you chattering away. Let me do this quick. Scroll to the bottom. That's it, man. If you're looking for high quality reports every time you're doing anything, just get the Maxx-R1. That's all it does. I just tell it to just write it in tabs, where possible, and make it look pretty. I think we're going to continue, and I'm going to show you that. Right. Him and his signing off. He's the only one that does that. I have not seen any other agent other than Minimax. He's like signing off because it's funny when you watch it. Look at it. It's yeah. All right, so let me show you this video. All right, I haven't even liked this page. Pause that. Go to my channel. See if it opens up. Yep. And I was wait. Right here. This was the 2 months ago. Double check that you're seeing it. You are. Okay, so let's do it like that. Click on this. Pause it. And I think it was right here. This was the beginning of the game, and this was my reaction to it. So I'm gonna. I think I put it in. Yeah. I will play him. And it doesn't even tell you how many kills you got. I don't see anywhere. You see, I don't see anywhere. I see I have 4, got cards, a timer, a got nothing.
Field was paper thin.
Die! There's probably people fighting behind me because I don't know what they're. Room was all bots probably.
God, I gotta get closer.
KO.
Victory!
It's alright, I wouldn't want to play that too long.
Dude, it's super long. Look at this, 71.
What? That can't be right.
Is that a new record? That's my reaction.
Bro.
This is my reaction to my own reaction.
What?
Oh man, if there are 3 of me, watch out. That'll be great. Yeah, look at this. 71 kills. I did not die once because they have to be bots. Or if there were real people, they were not, remotely around me. And 17,104 damage. This came from the game, man. I didn't make this up. I'm just wondering if this is Guinness. There's probably people with cheats, but I wasn't. You could watch this video. No cheats. But yeah, I know. Crazy. But anyways, I'm going to minimize that. I want to just tell you thank you so much for making time for me. And this is the open code Maxx-R1. This is the subnet failsafe, just in case, when things go wrong. You have a small little file. It fits in a thumb drive just like anything else, but it originally was supposed to be like a floppy. It still fits in a floppy. And some of that code is on the GitHub, but that goes right to metal. So other than that, I'm here learning and growing, and give it a like. It goes a long way. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good one, guys.